Give us a clap.
I don't have any positive things to say.
Nice. What's up, losers? It's your boy TJ Nickerson down here, changing it up. Same great spirit. This is Chris Moody, my boy. This is my boy Zach Howard. That's my boy down on the end, Cole Watson. Yep. What the fuck's going on?
Shabbat shalom.
I probably shouldn't say fuck so soon, but
yeah, they continue to take from us.
Coming out hot.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, good call. We could just bleep it, which would be fun. But every time we've said just bleep that and make it sound worse, you're like I could do that.
Immediately, and then everybody thinks it's the N-word.
We just post it.
You just get like a sound clip of a black guy saying the N-word instead.
Yeah, there you go.
Just a man on the street interview.
Yeah, what is that? Is that bad if I take your voice out and then put an African American voice in who's saying a word that he's allowed to say?
He can. So I'm not sure what the what if you made his head tiny and put it in my mouth?
I'm sure you guys have all seen that video of the whatever it is, but it's the guy they're like roasting each other, and then he's like blah 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 blah, and then he brings the black guy out, and then the black guy says the N-word, and then that guy goes away, and then he says a bunch more things, and then kicks it back over to the black guy.
This is why I just prefer to spend most of my time with creative people. They continue to be creative in the against all odds, dude.
Against all odds, dude.
In the face of certain destruction, life finds a way.
They keep the N-word alive, dude. Against all odds.
That's not what I meant. Anyway, Chris, I think we have to start with you because you turned 30,000 years old yesterday.
He's an immortal vampire.
I've been around since the dawn of time.
That's right.
Since before the Younger Dryas.
Yes, baby.
I've seen the Neanderthals, which is funny. I did a 23andMe, and I have like an absurd amount of Neanderthal DNA.
That's pretty good.
It's the strong brow line that would suggest it.
You do have a cresting brow, dude.
I also have one as well.
Yes,
you do.
Me and TJ, regular guys.
Just regular.
I'm sure I got some other stuff, dude. It's just, I got no excuse for whatever they say.
Yeah.
Just regular sapien, I think.
Chris Moody's birthday.
But it was your birthday.
Hey, celebrate.
Happy birthday.
I'd much rather have been there, my friend.
Don't turn it. It's his birthday.
I'm saying I wish I was there. That's all I'm saying. I wish I was there more than anything.
You would have rather eaten dinner at my family's house than gone to the Punchline last night.
I wasn't even going to say that name, but yes.
Speak that.
Yeah.
Just as a caveat, me and Zach had fun.
Yeah. Okay, we'll get into it. But let's talk about
your birthday.
Chris's birthday.
Yeah, that's way more important.
We know how it ended. But start at the beginning.
Yesterday, just give you guys a brief. Yeah, I'm 35.
35.
Celebrating 35 is
dude, that 5 hits
way
hard.
too old to be on a podcast.
Yeah, right. Everybody in the comments right now is ripping me apart.
I'm actually retiring today. This is my retirement. We're all just gonna wait till 35 and be like, hang it up.
Like, what are you doing? I shouldn't be here right now. I woke up yesterday and my wife just had a hair to make homemade biscuits and gravy. She's never done that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, so I ate homemade biscuits. Right?
Sorry.
Have you been giving her some good loving? I mean, damn.
Yeah.
What a good morning.
She's also pregnant.
What a blessing.
She just craves things and like, I'm eating this now. I'm like, okay, I'm right there with you.
It's fire.
I've gained 60 pounds.
I don't know how you thought about having a belly full of biscuits and being like, I should fuck.
Yeah, it's the worst, dude.
Hey,
told her to take a nap
get
afterwards.
over here, lady. Let's do this thing.
That's that 35-year-old libido right there.
Yeah. My son didn't eat it. He just ate biscuits with hot sauce on them because he literally eats hot sauce and everything.
That's actually kind of awesome.
That's pretty cool.
I like that.
What kind of hot sauce?
It's pretty wild. He goes Tabasco or Crystals.
All right.
Yeah.
Get some smoked Tabasco.
Ooh, smoked Tabasco.
Yeah,
very good.
Very good.
The like smoky Chipotle one or whatever.
Yeah.
I will say that Tabasco and Texas Pete are fine in a pinch. Crystal rules as far as the cheap hot sauces go.
Great on oysters.
But I definitely think, especially with all the flavor options, Cholula's the shit.
Cholula rules.
Great. Valentina.
just before you start getting into like nerdy white guys with beards who make it in a basement.
Yeah, dude.
Valentina, you can get
Valentina's
like
cool.
you can get like a gallon of Valentina for like $1.
A Galantina?
Yeah, I don't respect that.
The last time I bought Valentina, I was like, "This is wrong, right?" It's like 97 cents.
The whole handle, like if
This should be. It's
I don't like
a
Valentina.
Sriracha size thing of hot sauce for 90 cents.
it looks like what's the wine brand that comes in those big jugs, Rossi or whatever. Dude, a box. We should start a box of hot sauce.
Oh, that'd be sick.
That'd be sick. All right,
It's
so
actually
the best.
cheaper than the 12-ounce option. It just
for
gets
whatever
cheaper as it gets larger.
please take more of this.
Yeah,
God
we
dang.
just want to make you happy. Yeah, eat biscuits, gravy, feel terrible. It's delicious while you're eating it, but oh my God.
Of course.
And then we go over to my parents' house, and then they have like food on top of food on top of food.
What kind of food?
My mom made
Lunchables.
Lunchables. Yeah, just little
Cracker,
Yeah.
cheese,
It was all stacked.
on top of it. Everything was stackable.
Yeah, she made this like pastry puff with some kind of like Asiago cheese and asparagus on top.
Yo.
God.
Appetizer. Yeah, it was pretty wild. I wasn't hungry. I ate it. You know how it is. And yeah, we watched football and then ate beef stew and homemade apple pie and ice cream. And I got plastered with my dad because I was like gonna go to the punchline.
Right.
I knew I was gonna drink a little bit, have a few beers, and then my dad's like, "I bought a bottle of Blanton's for you." For your birthday, and we were gonna
Yum,
drink
yum,
this.
yum, yum, yum,
Yeah.
I was like,
I was
well,
gonna go to the punchline, and then I
Yeah.
had yummy time with
Yeah,
Pops.
yummy time,
Well,
dude.
that sounds
No.
weird. I
Yeah,
guess
it's pretty wild. Yeah,
Me and my dad had yummy time.
Did we play this game at the dinner table, or that you pick these sticks out and they're all like questions for the birthday person? And it got around to my son, and it literally was like, do a 1-minute roast of the birthday boy. And I was like, that's crazy that he picked that one.
That's pretty awesome.
And then he got like really embarrassed and he didn't want to do it. I was like, that was
Damn,
really
dude.
sweet.
What if he was
That was
just
really
like,
sweet that he didn't want to roast me.
gay? And you're
I
like,
know.
no, dude, have you been listening to the podcast?
Yeah.
That's not roasting.
I started feeding him like jokes. And he was like, I can't
Come
do
on,
it.
dude.
And I was like, all right.
I'll just send him my notes for when we were supposed to roast each
That's
other.
right. I know that would have been hilarious.
Quick
We just
caveat:
started-
Holden Schneider, you're put on blast, dude.
Yeah,
Get it
that's
together. No, I'm just joking. I know herding these cats can be weird, but me
Yeah.
and Chris were gonna
mean
roast each
holding
other.
these
We were gonna
cats?
roast each
There was
other.
like
Heyo.
Hey.
Ew, holding cats. There was like 15 minutes where I could have maybe last week on the pod been like, I have dates, and then all of them have either one happened, and then all of them have fallen apart. I'm like,
Disintegrated.
damn, dude. I got a message this morning about this like crowd work show, gay. But it was like, yeah, we might be moving it around, we might be canceling it. And I just sent an audio message of me burping while still laying in bed.
That's awesome. Yes.
It's better than it's like being canceled than like my first gig getting canceled because of a soccer game on TV.
That's true. That was crazy.
How
I
insane.
forgot about the globe. We drove all the way to Athens, and we were like, "Oh, nice! All these people in Argentinian jerseys or whatever it was."
We turn all your money into silver.com, folks. If you want
That was
to, if you
that
want to
app.
go and
That was-
live
that-
Cole's failed first gig.
That's what the episode's called.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're no longer a sponsor, so
Oh no! Yeah, fuck
They don't
them.
like what we-
fuck them.
but they don't like what we were saying about gold.
Yeah.
Dude, there was Argentinians crawling through like the ductwork at the stadium,
That was
which is
awesome.
why
Yeah.
it delayed the game. And you couldn't
Like
go
a
on. so-
stampede.
Yeah,
Dude,
stormed
God-
it,
This was
dude.
way more important than
Yeah.
someone else's dreams.
Scott
funny.
sent a bunch
Yeah.
of drunk Catholics to Miami to ruin your first show.
It was tight.
That's awesome, dude.
It was cool.
Yeah.
All right, so it was a pretty tight birthday. Did you get any gifts? Tell us.
Oh, I got
I mean, obviously the Blantons is a gift every sip. But
every sip. Yeah,
they're
for
not
sure.
a sponsor,
And
so
we continue to give the gift of friendship.
We do.
Of
That's
course.
really what it's all
That's
about.
true. I did forget to
Yeah.
bring you a gift, but you're 35, so you'll get over it.
No, as you get older, the gifts just get, like I wasn't expecting anything, but I got like a really sick insulated solo cup. That's like a thick,
Come on.
Oh,
Solo cup?
like a double walled, but it looks like a solo.
yeah, pretty sweet.
That's pretty-
And I got a Home Depot gift card.
How much? How
Hell
much is
yeah.
on that
Home
bad boy?
Depot, 150.
150.
150?
150?
Damn,
150,
son.
dog.
And
yeah.
you're a new homeowner,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
you
I'm a
need
homeowner.
that
Going to
Depot.
Homo Depot.
Home Depot. Hell
Dude.
yeah.
Yeah, so that was pretty tight. I'm gonna get some sick yard supplies.
Praise God, dude. And you love to see that. Congratulations, Chris. You continue to live And that's a blessing.
That is I am
go.
blessed
That's a blessing.
to be alive.
If you're out there,
Stay blessed,
if you're
dude.
out there, put in the comments. Put your favorite physical feature about Chris in the comments.
Yeah, and you can't say penis unless you've really
Unless you've
seen
actually
it.
seen
I
it.
can. Well, yeah, we can talk on the side. I'll send you a DM.
Yeah, he's interested in showing
It's
it
got
to
a
you.
whole folder, a beautifully
I have a
shot
penis and I will show
pee
it.
pics.
Yeah, I
When
take these
prompted.
two LEDs and I like blast light from either side, and I just have different angles. Yeah.
Dude, it'll make it fucking translucent with that much light.
Angelic.
This is what I'm saying.
Bathed in light.
If Chris was gay, okay, if he was gay,
He would be pulling so much
okay,
dick.
He'd clean up, dude.
and I had an adverse reaction to that, it would not be because I'm homophobic. It would be because Chris is a physically just you're a presence, brother. And I think that you could probably rape me if you want.
You can't rape the willing.
Oh yeah, I barreled down.
Zach would love it.
I barreled
Don't
down.
let him talk
That
to
is
you
true.
that way. He would love it.
Yeah. Just because I'm screaming in the pillow doesn't mean I'm not enjoying it.
Jesus Christ.
The sensation of your warm embrace.
Is that a no or a go?
Happy birthday.
I
Honestly,
appreciate that. Thank you, man.
easily
Yeah.
confusable.
Yeah,
All that
easily.
to say.
Yeah,
What the fuck just happened?
right. Jeepers.
I don't know. I wanted to do
the
that.
Sheila
I like
Jeet is
that.
vibrating
I'm just-
inside
Yeah.
me in a weird
Sheila
way.
Jeet
dude.
is so. Hey, wait. Are we? No, you didn't take any Sheila Jeet, did you?
Oh, I can go take it right
want
now.
some,
we
dude?
could.
You wanna
Well,
shoot?
we already
Oh,
did.
yeah,
Hold
yeah,
on. We
yeah,
already
all right,
did
all right,
everybody
all right.
on Sheila Jeet.
That's
Let's
true.
see what the rhythm is like
Yeah,
here.
I like
Yeah,
I
that's
like it.
true.
What's
Let
this
me tell you,
pattern?
Rick McMahon approves.
Rick McMahon.
Man.
Man.
I stay too legit to quit, dude.
Ooh.
Damn, bro.
Which we tried to make the title of last
Hot
week's
snickety
episode, and
heat.
for some reason YouTube was like, no,
I gotta stop.
can't do that.
Yeah, I gotta stop changing the title every 35 minutes in the first
This
hour.
is not
yeah.
getting the views I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
it would by now.
Damn it.
Well, it's like if you go to Instagram, you can see because I can't change anything on Instagram. So there's the record of what they're originally called. But then you go to YouTube and I renamed specifically Vague Country Strong Enough,
Yeah.
That's tight.
and specifically Vague started as something else. You know, it was
Wasn't specifically vague last week?
no Sheila
Oh,
G.
2
Your
weeks.
pants. Yeah,
Sheila Jeet your pants.
What a
but that
good name.
but that started out as the Sheila Jeet Experience,
Yeah, that's right.
and then for a little bit was Cole 2024.
I mean, obviously this
Yeah.
is nuts, but do you think YouTube wants to suppress Sheila Jeet's incredible powers?
I think there might be a larger Sheila Jeet conspiracy.
There always is.
There always is, baby.
But I will say that a lot of the recommended videos on the Sheila Jeet related episode were Sheila Jeet related, and I went and sort of looked at those videos, and the people who are promoting Sheila Jeet, they do not seem reputable.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of commercials where you're like, ew.
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch where it's just like, my journey into the woods by myself. It's like, oh man, you can have Sheila Jeet and friends. You don't have to pick
Yeah,
one.
weirdo.
It's like that lady that turned purple from drinking too much liquid silver.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
she
that-
was she was all blue and drunk all the time.
The cult leader lady.
Cult
that-
leader.
Yeah.
Mother God, Mother.
Mother God.
Yeah, that
yeah.
meth head dude just came in and was like, I'm fucking her now.
Yeah, he took over that commune quick.
Yeah, he's like, I am
Yeah,
the next
she
coming
had-
of Christ.
yeah.
She was sick with fucking colloidal silver, and he's all he's
she
on.
was sick with it.
She was so
She
sick with
was
it.
sick with it.
Yeah.
with colloidal silver, and he was a ball of energy, dude.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah,
100%.
she didn't stand a
Dude, he
chance.
was
That was a
glowing.
match made in heaven.
Yeah,
I mean,
and he's just pouring fucking booze down her. I think she was like always drinking pre-made sangria or some sort of box wine.
she tried to stop the cult. She at
Like 6 times.
Yeah, she was like, "Hey, I don't actually believe this," and then the followers were like, "You are the one.
The fuck you don't, bitch.
Yeah, you can't say that.
You can't say that because
Too
you are
late.
the one."
We believe it.
The prophecy told me that you would say that.
Oh my god, dude.
I love cults, dude. I think that they're probably like the funnest part about America because we have so much freedom, you know. So it's like every now and then you have to be reminded that it's not against the law to trick dumb people into having sex with you.
It's also fun too, where you're like, you hear about something, and you're like, oh man, that's horribly sad. And then sometimes you see pictures of all the people, and you're like,
Yeah.
I mean, these are unfuckable monsters.
Yeah.
Like, at least they were having fun for a
Yeah.
while. That's cool. I mean, I don't want anybody to drink a bunch of
Kool-Aid,
Flavor Aid or whatever.
Yeah, that one's tough.
But you know that
Jonestown.
there are cults outside of America.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
What's the Japanese one that was wild?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
I
But
can Google it, but it doesn't matter. Dude played with swords all the time, and then by the end of it, he was selling like gallons of his bathwater
yeah.
to his followers.
When we used to do this trip up to Canada with the church that I grew up going to.
Canada.
Yeah, and it was like up above Montreal, kind of out in the middle of nowhere. And there was a cult in this town.
Beautiful country.
Ooh.
Oh.
And so we would do this soccer tournament, and occasionally the leader of this cult would come down, and he was like white robes,
Yeah.
like long brown hair.
So good.
And he would come with like all these women,
Yeah.
and he would set blankets out, and they would let the kids play
Sorry.
sort of adjacent to the soccer tournament.
Yeah, that's
that's-
isn't that what's his name? He spoke French and English.
Maybe.
So the Japanese one's Am Shinrikyo. What was that one called? They moved. Eventually, they had to move because they were getting so much heat.
Oh, maybe.
And that
maybe.
guy was a big drunk.
Yeah.
And he'd get hammered and then just
was
like
crazy
speak
looking.
prophetically.
Oh, hell
yeah.
yeah.
He looked nuts.
He was just a wiry. The youth pastor I was with was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go talk to this guy," and he went over there and talked to him for like an hour.
Yo, you said you already told your spookiest story. This is spooky as
Yeah,
hell.
that's
It's
well,
his name's like Jacques Cousteau. No, that's not
Jacques
that.
Villais.
It's Jacques. No, it's not Jacques Villais.
You
Shout out to
fuck
Jacques Villais, famous Satanist,
It's like-
ufologist.
Well, I
Midsummer vibes right there.
I didn't really think anything. I didn't really think anything of it because it didn't. It seemed so comical. He was dressed like Jesus,
Yeah.
so I was like, "This is just a crazy guy."
Like Jesus in a jam band.
Yeah. And it's just like, this is a crazy guy. It's just like, they said, "Oh, this is some cult guy." I didn't even know. You're saying like, "Oh, this is this guy." Who knows?
I mean,
it might be. It might not
we
be.
could be talking about
I
two
have no
different.
idea.
But I know that they were based outside of Montreal,
Yeah, so this was in
They're-
Rawdon.
Quebecois,
Yeah, which is about 2 hours north of Montreal.
because Montreal is in Quebec,
That's
right?
correct.
Capital of Quebec,
French speaking.
famously
Quebec.
half Quebec,
It wasn't
famously half French.
Jack Agner, was it?
Could have been. That's a guy that you're just, ooh, you
I
better
know.
hope he doesn't come back around on this. But there is a gentleman that Chris and I both know who does dress like a cult leader or a slave owner. However you want to see it.
They're easily confused.
Yeah.
That's fine.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for my phone. I gotta know this guy's name.
Oh, I think you dropped it. dude.
Oh,
I
that's
heard
probably
a
what
clang clang.
fell in between the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, did we have a little?
I heard a clang
yeah,
clang.
dude.
So excited.
Detective Chris got to the bottom.
I'm gonna have to
dude.
cut this out, dude.
You never do, dude.
I'll
You
tell
liar.
you reminded me though, and I'll tell a spooky story that runs adjacent to that specific trip to Canada.
Nice.
It's not really spooky, but it is funny. So we stayed. So if you don't know, Quebec is the suicide. I believe has the highest suicide rate, maybe in the world, but it's close to Japan. It's,
Allegedly.
it's very high in Quebec. And so we stayed in a cabin out on this lake, because again, Canada's full of all these natural lakes. So it's
No
this
way.
nice little crystal lake, and it was awesome. And we get there the first day, and the guy who owns this cabin is like, got a great deal on this cabin. The previous owner killed himself.
Oh,
He hung himself in the basement.
yucks.
And we're like, "Oh, dang, dude, that's crazy."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, but we got a great deal on it." And so we're like, "All right, whatever." So maybe we're getting a little spun out on it, whatever. It's a 3-story house, and the basement door doesn't lock, and
no.
it's like just glass window panes, and they've been punched out. One of them's been punched out, so you can just reach in and unlock the door.
Damn window pane.
Yeah. So we think, all right,
I feel your pain.
night number 1, we're going to put this huge chest that's on the main level in front of the basement door so that nobody
Nice.
can go through the basement door and then up to the main level.
Nice.
And we have fun. We're hanging out. And at like 2 o'clock in the morning, my buddy Andrew is like, this is the same guy, Andrew, again, from all the other stories.
Yeah.
Damn, back again.
And he's like, I'm going to go I should have specified, it's me, Andrew, Joey, and my youth pastor, the same youth pastor that approached the cult leader gentleman.
Was it Rocktario, dude?
We're all living in this house. I have no idea. We can get to it. So Andrew gets up to take his contacts out, 2:00 in the morning, comes downstairs. Could have been. I don't know. I don't remember. Comes downstairs. That chest we set in front of the basement door is fallen over, and the basement door is wide open.
No.
Yeah. And I'm like, you hear Andrew, he goes down, he sees it, and then he comes back upstairs, and he's like,
Oh my
broke into the
God,
house.
dude.
And the first thing I do is I'm like, Andrew, I don't believe you. Go back down there and double check.
Right.
You're my bravest friend, dude. You gotta look again.
Doubt it, but you go check.
Yeah, and then
just razzing him up, like, dude. I'd do it, but you're way braver and stronger.
I just kept being like,
more
yeah, but you.
handsome.
I was like, you already went down there.
You've already encountered this potential evil, dude.
And so he goes back down there. He comes back up. He's like, for sure, dude. Somebody knocked that thing over. Somebody came up through the basement. Somebody has been inside the house. So I'm like, all right, well, look, we're 17. Step number 1, go wake up the adult. Right?
Yeah.
There's a person here who should be taking care of us. No way that this is our responsibility.
I thought you were gonna say this is our moment, dude. We're coming of age tonight. We're 17. Grab knives or
So
something.
Andrew goes out and he bangs on the youth pastor's door, and you could just hear Mark is just like,
God
shut the fuck
damn
up.
it.
What are you guys
No
doing?
way.
Like, this is so dumb. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Go to sleep. Stop trying to prank me or whatever.
Oh, no.
And so we're like, all right, all hope is lost. And there was the doors to the bedroom that we were all sleeping in. We were like, there was 2 mattresses on the ground and 1 mattress that I was sleeping on. It was just French doors, like closet doors. You couldn't even like lock it or close it or anything.
Sheesh.
So we tied a jump rope around the knobs of the French doors to keep
That'll
them
do
closed.
it.
Yeah, and then we all laid in bed together, the one bed, and just silently just was laid until it was sunrise. Just
Classic.
and then the next morning, we were all sitting around the breakfast table, and Andrew was really spun out. He looked devastated. Like, he just looked like the worst possible thing had happened. Andrew's like, I'm gonna go take a shower. And so Andrew's in the shower, and Mark, the youth pastor, is making breakfast. And I turn to Mark and I go, because like we showed Mark, we all got up, like everybody. Mark was like, this is crazy. And I asked Mark while he was making breakfast, I was like, yo, did you do that?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, for sure. And then Andrew was in the shower, so I was like, all right, cool. Well, we just shouldn't tell Andrew that you did that, and just let Andrew spend the next week out in this cabin in the woods thinking that somebody broke into.
Not sleeping at all.
And the last day of the tournament, or the last day of we were leaving or whatever, Andrew went to talk to the guy who owned the house and was like, hey man, thanks so much for letting us stay at your house. It's crazy that somebody broke into your house.
Oh, no.
And that guy was like, you should probably go talk to Zach and Mark. He's like, about what? He's like, they should probably tell you, not me.
Dang, dude.
And then he got in the car and he was like, hey man, Jacques said something about talking to you guys about the guy that broke into his house. And Mark just looked at me and I was like, yeah, man, nobody broke into the house. And you could see him, and I could see him in the rearview mirror. Just, yeah, exactly. Just all the color in his face just gone. And I didn't talk to Andrew for like 2 months after that.
Oh, my God. Jeepers. dude.
Yeah, Louis.
Kind of a long
wild.
story, but
That's mean.
wild.
But it's mean, and you didn't even try to turn it into a ghost.
yeah, no,
You just let it.
we would do things though.
Fester.
I would do things where I'd be like, man, it's crazy that somebody broke into this house.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought you guys were going to go like 3 Ninjas style and like start
Yeah.
booby trapping the house with the robbers and stuff.
Home Alone.
We did.
Yeah.
We did wind up doing that in the basement. To kind of let Andrew think that.
It's like, go get some tacks from Arts and Crafts, and we'll put them all over the floor. That's awesome, dude.
Damn.
Wait,
Love that.
so, do you think it was Rocktaria, the cult guy that you saw?
I don't think so. This guy was younger.
Well, there's...
That guy looks like an old man from like those pictures look like from the 70s. This was like 2009, and it was a
okay.
younger guy.
Interesting.
Some of these guys have great
Maybe-
beards.
Yeah, they all.
But he could have been a student of that guy.
That's
Who
right.
knows? I mean,
so they were called the Anthill Kids.
Yeah.
And the reason Rocktario went down is that he got all drunk and somebody needed like appendix surgery or something. And they were like, we got to take him into town to a hospital. He's like, I'll fucking do it.
Oh no.
And then they died.
oh shit.
Right.
And it might have been one of his like wives or whatever. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've heard the story. But
If you're
that's-
out there and you're in a cult, keep holding it down. We like it.
Yeah.
lean in hard.
We support it.
Yeah, it's okay.
What else is going on? What are you guys going to be for Halloween?
I can't even think about anything else.
So I was telling you. So I got to. we just. He's the Cole.
I gotta piss.
Cole
Got
out.
a pee pee.
Yeah, yeah.
I said what I wanted to say, and now I'm going to pee.
I'm gonna make the kids dinosaur related, and then I'm gonna be Sam Neill from
Nice.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You did not tell me that.
Well, maybe
That's
I told
awesome.
somebody at
Yeah.
church the other day.
That's awesome.
So we bought my oldest son like a wearable T-Rex, like light up,
Yeah.
full thing. It's got a big like foam or like plush
Dang.
T-Rex
That's
head.
awesome, dude.
That's sick.
And then
Oh,
we're
you can do
gonna, and then we're gonna do something like a dinosaur egg related for the baby, and then I'll be Sam Neill, and then Taylor will be
Dude, yeah.
what's her face?
If your baby's that, baby Nolan's going to be that, like, baby velociraptor that's being born out of there. Push! Push!
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
That would rule, dude.
Yes,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, I want to be the spitting. It's not the Velociraptor. It's the one that spits like the acid out of its mouth
On
with
the
the little
Newman?
ears. Yeah, on Newman.
Yeah.
That
That'd be cool. That would rule. I don't know
Yeah.
what I'm gonna. I have to be out of town for work, so I don't know that I'm gonna
Oh shit!
dress up. I'm gonna try to come back and go to some sort of Halloween party, maybe at the brewery, but
There you go.
Isn't
I haven't decided what I'm gonna try to
what
dress up as.
is it Thursday?
Halloween is on
Thursday.
Thursday. On a Thursday, yeah.
2 Thursdays from now.
I'm supposed to go to some Halloween party on the 29th with Jess, and she's like, I'm going to dress up as Starlight. I'm like, well, who the fuck should I be? She's like, you can be fucking Barnacle Boy. I don't give a fuck. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Damn, dude.
Boy would be awesome though.
That's pretty tight. Dang.
I was like, God dang, dude.
Damn, dude, if I could go with you, I'd be Mermaid Man.
Mermaid
that'd be
Man
so
and
cool.
Barnacle Boy.
Yeah, I don't even want to go.
Yeah.
We should somehow we'll figure out how to show up in an invisible boatmobile.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, but-
Yeah, I
Go
don't
ahead.
know. I have a through line in this year in my life is just my wife got me like a long sleeve T-shirt that's a skelly, and then in the belly of the skelly is just like a bunch of hamburgers and junk food.
So you're just gonna be a
Fat.
fat
So-
A fat
skeleton.
skeleton.
Nice.
A fat
So
guy
she's
getting-
just showing you your actual X-rays.
And it's,
Get your own X-ray.
I've eaten so many cheeseburgers this year. It's great. I went to there's
Homemade?
Yeah. Well, no.
Oh, you're going out.
Yeah.
Where are you going, man?
Yeah. Do Five Guys.
Hey,
Five Guys is so good.
It's so good.
It's so
That's what
expensive.
my wife likes too, so it's a good excuse. But I went to this cultural night at the elementary school. So they get all the like kids, from different cultures to do presentations and like food from their different cultures.
Oh, dude, I remember doing that as a kid. I love
Yeah.
that day.
Sounds awesome,
Yeah.
but were you thinking of
Eating tamales and
fucked up
shit?
jokes the whole time?
It was wild, dude. And
Better write that down, actually.
yeah, and but like most of the parents
I
can't
bet
speak
in
English.
South Forsyth that was there was a lot of
Dude, they had
Indian food.
they had Indian food, Palestinian food, people from Ukraine, China. They had Lebanese food. They had all kinds of stuff. And my son's best friend Daniel, he's a Chinese kid, and
Dang, dude, they're
Yeah.
trying to get close to
Yeah.
your. They're trying to get close to your Black Rock father-in-law.
dude, they keep them. Like I'll go drop him off at their house like for a play date, and then she'll like the mom will like call me and be like, "Can David spend the night?" I'm like, "Of course, yeah, why not?" And so
Why
I'll
not?
spend the
Because they're
night.
spies.
I know, dude. His dad doesn't speak English, by the way, either. But
Nice.
Yeah. What?
the next day, they'll be playing, and I like checking. I'm like, "Hey, what's going on, Kathy? Like, if that's your real name, like, is David ready to come home?" He's like, actually, I'm gonna bring him to like a movie and go play and do all this stuff. I'm like, okay, well, cool. And then that like later that evening around dinner time, it happens like 3 times. She's like, "Can David spend the night again?" And I'm like, "Who's asking? Are you asking or is he asking? Are you keeping my son at your house?" And so 3 times it's happened where he's like spent the weekend with them, and it's like
Dang,
it's just
dude.
funny.
He's gonna
But-
come back and be like, communism rules.
He's just like, you're like, son, will you say a quick grace over the dinner or whatever? And he's like, ni hao ma. He's like, perfect Mandarin. I hope that was Mandarin. I can't remember if that's Cantonese. Whatever, dude. For a guy who looks like me, not bad.
Not bad.
Honestly, color me impressed.
I went up to their booth at the cultural night and I was going to eat some dumplings. And we go up to Kathy and she looks at my wife. She hasn't seen her and she's pregnant now. And she's like, oh, you have a belly now. You're pregnant, looking good. I gained 30 pounds after my second one, never got it off. And I was like, yeah, I put on some pounds too. And she was like, she literally just pointed at my face. She's like, yeah, you fat. You fat. I was wondering what happened to you. You fat. It's like a year ago. I wasn't. And she's like, yeah, something changed. You fat. Like in front of everybody. Yeah.
Ever heard of sympathy weight, Kathy?
It was just funny as shit. So she's like, you want 2 dumplings, huh? And I was like, yeah. Actually, I do. I want 2.
Yo, Kathy, stop bullying me and making me happy at the same time,
they're
dude.
so good.
Kathy is a great one.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Is she also Chinese?
Yeah.
She's a spy.
Yeah.
These are spies, dude.
No, then it's definitely not her real name.
You're gonna be in the news in a couple of months.
Yeah. Well, no, they're like PhDs, like one's a computer scientist.
They probably
one's a
came in through
biologist.
the Mexican border.
Yeah, and they like go back to China every year, and Daniel takes like Mandarin classes and stuff on Saturdays. So they go back.
Man,
they go
dude.
back, and then they come back.
I think the dad's name might be Xi. Jinping.
Daggone.
maybe
Pretty
Zhao.
cool, though.
That's pretty
You
wild.
do. Even if they end up being spies, dude. There's no price too heavy for your kid to have good friends.
That's right.
No,
And I
it's-
would love to be enthralled in some kind of like weird web of spies in my
Just-
life, even if it turned out bad. I'd just be like, just to be a part of something cool. You
To
know?
just be oblivious the whole time.
Yeah,
They seem nice, actually.
I just imagine Chris. I've planted this seed now.
There's
Chris is
just
gonna
hot
go
air.
home. Chris is gonna go home and spiral into schizophrenia.
No, dude.
Full paranoia.
You're gonna go to their house to pick up your son, and you're gonna see a couple like hot air balloons in their backyard, and you're gonna be like, "That's perfectly normal."
A little weather
They start
balloons
saying
or whatever.
things that just don't add up. They're like, I think we're gonna take him to the embassy.
Yeah.
They're like, the embassy.
There's like a diplomatic black bulletproof car outside, and you're like, "What are you guys up to
What are you
today?"
doing?
Yeah, they're like it's the name of a trampoline park.
Chris, do you know where they keep the helicopter secrets?
Right. Dude, my son
What?
has been really into drones lately, which is odd.
Yeah.
There's been drone searches from military bases.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna be a drone pilot for the Chinese.
Dang, dude.
Yeah,
Well-
inside man. They're using 10-year-olds now.
Yeah.
They would be pretty good at it.
They've
They
been
would be
using
really good.
10-year-olds, dog.
They've been about that. They've about that.
They've been on that.
That's old news.
That's actually one of
They
the
actually-
pillars. Of,
That's probably
That's why
why
they're
he
keeping
started
them.
learning. He goes
Yeah.
over there and he hangs out with that kid, and that kid's like, "You don't know how to drone strike?" And
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"No."
No.
And he just that'd be
You
crazy
don't know how to computer
conspiracy.
hack?
Bro,
They, like-
let me build you this iPhone real quick.
Yeah, but that'd be crazy conspiracy if like they were using kids, but they were just making them think it was a video game.
The Chinese.
Yeah, the Chinese. They like made them
government.
think it was
Yeah, the
just
government.
like
Yeah.
a video game. So when they like put the headset on, they're just like, "Oh, this is really realistic," and they're like, "Strike here!" And, the 10-year-olds are just like
I think-
battlefielding it.
I think we might be doing that.
Yeah.
We probably are doing that, yeah, for sure.
But what would be wilder is if you just went over there, like you're like, "Oh yeah, I won't tell him I'm gonna actually be getting back early. I'll just go grab him. It's my son, whatever."
Right.
And you show up and they're like, "Where's he at?" And they're
Yeah.
like, "Give us a second." And then you're just like, "No," and you follow them, and then he's just making Nikes in their garage. They're just getting like weird revenge.
He's just smoking a cigarette, and he has one of those like green
he's
visors
squatting,
on. Yeah.
squatting.
No
Putting a
chair.
swoosh on a fresh pair of dunks.
That's wild, dude.
That would
And
be-
then he just barks off something in Mandarin. Gets up, flicks a cigarette, gets back to selling Nikes.
so with Nikes.
I just watched a YouTube video of the Ukrainian drone soldier who like does all the strikes against the Russians. Like really sick video, and he just has like one of those headsets on, and he's just like they have like 40 drones with bombs in them, and they're just like filming him casually, and he's just sitting there with a vape in his mouth, just like blowing clouds, just like
Crazy.
in the Matrix, just blowing up tanks. It's like crazy.
That-
I said this to the fellas last night, but I used to play in a band, and the guitar player that we had was Ukrainian, and those guys are wild.
Are they?
The
Wow.
Pretty
Ukrainian-
good with their hands.
The Ukrainian I mean, if he is any indicator of what those people are like, that must be a wild place.
Wild boys.
Yeah.
Steve-O, wild boys.
Yeah. They clock out. He just takes his little headset off. He's like, all right, you go home now. No problem.
And just eat like some sort of cabbagey soup.
Yeah, right? And dude, one of the videos is like him flying a drone up to this like Russian soldier that's like trying to crawl back into a trench.
Dude.
And the guy's just like, oh no. And then the video cuts out and he's just like, all right, my job's done.
I think the wildest part is that their like bomb drones are like a drone that you would buy on
like
the internet,
Walmart.
and then you sort of like
Strap a
grenade to the thing, and it just like press a thing and it lets go.
Right?
Which is pretty wild. I mean, it's resourceful, but it's horrific.
Oh yeah.
And now it's just on Twitter.
Speaking of this horrendous war, did you early vote yet, Big Dog?
Oh, I need to go today. Yeah.
Go vote, folks.
I'm going today.
Or don't vote. I don't really care. But
No, you really do care.
Yeah.
I care about these guys voting just because, especially TJ, if you're going to complain about it, you got to vote.
That's what my dad says, and I'll tell him what I told. I'll call
my dad right now and tell him.
I'll tell him what I told you. No,
Yeah.
I can complain.
Sure,
and I
you
will.
certainly can. That you certainly can.
It is my right.
But it's pretty easy. So
Yeah. And dude, Trump cooked McDonald's French fries.
heck yeah,
I did see that.
He did. He cooked them.
Which is a pretty good troll.
That's the most
To be
hilarious
like,
troll of all time.
you worked at McDonald's. It's
And
like
then in the video, he was like, she actually didn't work at McDonald's. It's confirmed McDonald's said she actually never worked here. So he's like,
Nice.
I cooked more French fries than Kamala.
hell yeah, dude.
dude, if he just keeps leaning in over the next, what do we got now? A couple weeks, 2.5. And is just like making a big pot of collard greens and like anything she's said in a little interview.
Now he's whipping up some curry or something like that.
He's like, but I did goat with like, what's the awesome Caribbean pepper that's so fucking hot? Damn it.
Jalapeno.
Red chili?
Not Hatch chili. Fucking
chili.
the other one. Scotch bonnet.
Scotch
We found
bonnet,
it.
baby.
Let's see AI do that.
Like a bonnet.
No, they probably would have done that. Oh, happy birthday,
birthday
Chris.
blowy. Yeah, that was
birthday
actually-
Hold on.
blowies.
Appreciate it.
I do want to talk about this before we. I got a couple of things.
We got a couple of
I
things.
got a couple of things. Number one, I'm gonna shout out another podcast.
Uh-oh.
Do you remember that guy, the Tim Allen guy, the Tim Allen fan club guy?
Yeah.
Oh,
From
yeah.
Florida.
Yeah.
He has a podcast with a lady. It's called Whiskey Fart. I listened to like 10 minutes of it today. Seems funny. And that guy,
Glowing
Great night.
that guy has been supportive of the podcast, and we shouted out the guy from Boston. Let's shout out the guy from Florida.
Look, man.
I don't even know his name though, because it's just Tim Allen fan.
Yeah,
club.
I
So-
think his Instagram handle is like at Tim Allen Fan Club, and I freaked out when we were on the pod. I was like, oh, Tim Allen. Oh, no.
But shout out Whiskey Fart. It's him and a lady, and again, we've been pretty typically no ladies, but it did seem funny.
Give him a chance, dude. A glowing
Nah,
endorsement.
but if one shows up, we can just put him on.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll
obviously.
have a lady
Yeah.
on
Just
anytime.
any
if they
lady
show
who
up.
shows up. Some
Make
lady-
it- we'll stop podcasting. You
No, we
can
won't
podcast.
stop. We just keep the train going. I'll give up my mic.
that
Someone
makes
gives up.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
someone's
that
got
makes
to give it up.
It's just an Amazon delivery driver.
That's exactly
You're
what
like-
I was
you're
thinking.
Like, come on in.
She's like,
That's so
okay, thank
funny.
you. Yeah.
Do you really have to shit in a bag?
This really traumatic thing happened to me when I was a young lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me tell you guys about my therapy session.
Right.
Great.
That is cool.
Do you not have any empathy?
Hey, dude,
Yeah.
how many times did somebody say empathy last night? I will say that.
I don't really have a
Dude,
ton
if
of
I took
empathy.
a shot for every time someone said
my
empathy,
God,
or
dude.
some I said empathy, dude,
Yeah.
I would be fucking blackout next week.
Oh my.
Can I make the title of this episode Cole Hates Ladies?
Nah.
No,
I'm just
No.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
No.
I like normal ladies. Comics suck, dude. Just fucking get a job.
Get a job.
Get a
Go vote.
job.
Do all the things your ancestors fought for.
Have a baby. Next thing.
Have a baby.
Actually, don't. We don't want your
Have
fucking.
6 babies. Churn butter, you dumb idiot. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Just joking, dude.
Fucking shake a can of fucking
Nights
green
like last
beans.
night make you think, The Handmaid's Tale is not all that bad.
I will tell you this. I had fun. And then I was still like pretty riled up when I got home. So I drove home from your house. And I was like, man, I am kind of hungry. What am I going to do? Should I stop? I even like typed in, I put my house in maps. I put like Asian food on the way just to see. It's Sunday night, so I'm kind of doubting anything's open except for like 24-hour Korean barbecue, and I'm not trying to like pay $40 and sit down for 2 hours and then go to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, right.
We got to do this. I can't be sleeping in late again. And so I was like, I'm just going to not eat. And then I was like, but I could probably like make some pasta real fast when I get home. Just some buttered noodles. And I was like, nah, I shouldn't do that. I don't need to go to bed with a brick full of fucking pasta in me.
What'd you eat?
I forgot that day I'd had lunch at Good Word Brewing, which is in downtown Duluth, which I have no problem shouting out because I think it's a magical sanctuary of all things cool. And I had their braised beef and cheese sandwich. And I only ate half of it, and I had fries and half of a Caesar salad
Little
left.
miracles.
And I was just like, he's for me, dude.
Little miracles. He blesses him.
So I just was like, I was eating this with so much gratitude. I was gay, dude.
He fell to his knees in his kitchen. It was just like, worthy is the lamb.
It was. I mean, I'm joking around, but it was sick. I was so fired up. I was like, I'm just not gonna eat. Maybe I'll have a little nightcap of some bourbon or something and just call it a night. And then I looked in my fridge and I was like, let's just check. And then I went, oh.
Dude, your eyes glistening.
I had a similar experience. I remembered that I went to Confections, which is a local bakery. Shout out Confections.
That place was good.
Sure to shout. This is the local business portion of the podcast.
Our community.
And I had just like a cream-filled loaf in the refrigerator, and I got home. It was like, cream loaf!
You
That's
having
crazy.
a cream-filled loaf is why you have all these kids, dude. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, next topic on the list of things we need to deal with is we will be starting a petition here shortly to get Randall Carlson on the podcast.
Oh,
Local
wow.
Georgia guy.
He is local, so if anybody out there in
Who
our
the fuck
sphere,
is that?
stop it.
Hold on, dude. We'll tell you.
If anybody
I know
out
you
there
will.
in our sphere can get us connected with Randall
Yeah, settle down,
Carlson,
dude.
we're interested in having him here at my home.
Just send him this clip. Randall Carlson has a podcast now by himself called Squaring the Circle. And I happen to think that he probably needs a cool psychedelic intro song that I will be happy to make in the style of the Byrds or any other cool 60s band that I'm sure he listens to, in exchange for him coming on our podcast and talking about Flood Pulse 1B or whatever it's called, and the Younger Dryas, dude.
Dude, is he really a
Oh,
local
I'll
guy?
He's
happily
here.
give my
Dude,
mic up
that's
for that.
amazing.
I'd fucking fall asleep.
Dude, he
No, dude, I'd be in.
His
into
voice
that,
sounds
dude. Yeah.
awesome. He's like a big Santa grandpa who just like
he needs to be here.
has taken a bunch of mushrooms in his life. Is
This is a man
friends
who
with
developed-
Dennis McKenna.
This is a guy who developed the real scientific theories by doing acid and looking at rivers.
Yeah,
he's like
dude.
a-
I love that.
He'll just go look at the like erosion out in the Grand Canyon and stuff and be like, "This is crazy."
There was a,
right,
there
right,
was a huge impact.
But he's awesome.
Yeah.
Like he's legit.
Isn't he working on like alternative energy sources and
He's
stuff?
friends with a guy or saw a demonstration. At least I think he told.
I've seen some demonstrations.
Yeah, he went to like a Fish concert and smoked DMT. And just like fucking squares and circles, dude.
Squares and circles.
It all makes sense now.
But I think it was on that Sean Ryan show. He was talking about witnessing a demo of like 2 Honda generators. One that had this like essentially net zero pollutants, infinite re-energizing itself thing, and all it needed was for the engine to start itself and get itself up to like 720 degrees or something. And he said they're measuring both levels, and the one's like a normal generator and the other has this piece of tech on it, and so it's getting normal reads on the normal one, and then on the one with piece of tech on it, it's like, if anything, it put a little bit more hydrogen in the air and a little bit more oxygen, so it's almost pretty sick.
Let's go and get him on the podcast. please.
Send it to your boy. If you know someone who knows someone who knows someone
Who knows something about it?
who
Randall.
knows RC, or if you see this clip, RC, we're big fans. We think you're cool.
Well, this part of the couch is big fan.
Well,
Yeah, no one talks about that shit.
dude. Well,
right.
when we get the van and we get Delano, we'll just make a pit stop.
We'll double dip.
We'll double dip. We'll
I don't
get
think we
Delano.
could kidnap Randall Carlson. He's huge.
Yeah, these are big. I got a forklift.
He's a big fella.
It's a
Dude,
strong guy. He's not like-
Also, dude, that would be funny if like they were both kidnapped in the same car, and Delano just looks at Randall Carson's like, "Who are you?"
He's like,
"What's
He's
this?"
like, "Are you Randall Carson?"
What's up now?
Did you guys get Randall Carlson
Yeah.
as well?
This is actually
That's
pretty
crazy.
sick. Yeah.
You both said 2 different names. I think someone's an imposter.
Randall Carlson.
Randall Carlson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is.
He's
Sight,
good friends with Graham Hancock, and they do Joe Rogan episodes all the time.
Have you
Cool.
started?
Do you stroke it?
Oh,
Have
No,
you
I
started
listened
the
to
new
him.
season of Ancient Apocalypse?
not yet. The second season. I
it's
did
all-
listen to Graham on
Talk about it.
Jerry. Yeah, I
It's
need-
all
I
about
need
the
to watch
Americas.
it.
I think I'm like halfway through episode 6. I'm always watching it late at night, so it's eventually I'm like, I gotta go to
Oh,
bed.
yes, I know exactly.
But
Dude.
so far it's fun. It's good fun.
Shout out people who question how old the Earth is.
Really doing a lot.
I think it's civilization.
Really makes a difference.
Shout them out.
Shout
dude.
out to anybody who just puts up with Cole being a dickhead for 60 minutes.
Yeah. Shout out.
Whoa. What an accomplishment.
We all get grumpy. dude.
Holy
It's
fuck.
all right.
McMahon.
Rick McMahon.
Rick McMahon.
I didn't know today we were having Craig on the pod.
Dude, all I'm saying is
I
just
am going to put
mute,
featuring Craig.
dude, just fucking mute my mic. Just whatever sound clip this is, mute it for the whole goddamn thing.
There's just
You
huge.
can
There's
hear
like
you yelling from our
minutes of you
mic.
just be like,
Just mute me. I hate myself. I'm gonna drive home as fast as humanly possible.
Okay, now we're gonna get a lunch, dummy.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get hammered at lunch and then drive as fast
Hell
as
yeah.
possible home in
Hell
my
yeah.
company vehicle and try to take out every motherfucker I see on the
He's gonna
way.
hit 4
This is what
open
I-
mic comic ladies
You-
on the way home.
you make it hard to be sympathetic when you.
It's you.
When you're like,
I don't want
I'm
sympathy.
I'm
Sympathy's
upset.
for the weak.
I'm gonna kill people. I'm tracking until you want to kill people.
Bro, you have wanted to shoot so many people on this podcast.
In jest, not with hate.
In jest.
I'm joking,
I got no hate in my heart.
dude. I have
I only
all the love in my heart.
I only shoot Nerf guns, dude.
Dude, I
Shut
don't
up.
even
Nerf.
own a
yeah.
gun because I don't know,
Me
not
either. Government.
gay.
Oh.
No, I only have one, and it was my grandpa's .22 rifle,
Oh, that's sick.
Hey,
and I haven't shot it since I was 13.
I got guns.
You can't take my
Stay
Nerf
away
guns.
from my house,
No
dog.
shit for 500.
No shit.
I got guns.
Kids got guns.
His kids have guns.
I have.
Kicks better run.
Yeah, what kind of guns you got, man?
No, I'm not going to talk about the kind of guns I have,
Hey,
but I'm going
man.
to tell one quick gun story. When I worked at, I have a gun. When I worked at Extra Space Storage, I have a gun that I found in a storage unit.
Oh shit.
Nice.
And
Serial numbers filed off.
let me tell this story. So it was this 10 by 30 unit, big unit, right? Like something, like garage size. And the roof had collapsed
Oh,
in
shit.
just the corner. So this was like on the corner, and just the corner had collapsed, and it had flooded this whole entire unit. And I guess this guy had died, was sort of the way that this shook out. And the unit...
in the collapse.
No. He died and wasn't able to pay his
Oh,
bill.
gotcha. Yeah.
And the unit went to auction, right? So you don't pay your bill over a certain portion of the time it goes to auction.
Like the TV show.
Just like the TV show. Yep. And nobody wanted to buy it because it was just cardboard boxes and they were soaking wet because the roof had collapsed. And so it passed. Nobody bought it. So then for guys that worked at the storage facility, you weren't supposed to do this. You're supposed to throw everything away. Nobody did that. We all went through it,
Yeah.
of course.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
To see, allegedly, I'm never gonna. I mean,
I'm sure it's statued
you
it
know,
up.
that was like a decade ago. But anyway, I'm like, cool. This is a big unit full of boxes. I'm gonna go through it and see
Big
what's
unit.
in here. Especially since like working at the storage unit is pretty slow. Like if you see 2 people in a day, that's like
Right.
a busy day. And so I start peeling through this guy's stuff, and this guy was a homosexual. He was a closeted homosexual.
No.
Okay.
Oh no.
And this entire unit was full of child porn and gay porn.
No.
That's what this unit was full
Yo.
of. But in the manner in which the porn was distributed was hilarious.
Okay.
Because instead of having magazines or pictures, he had binders that he had made. 3-ring binders where he had taken pictures out and he had created like collages. But one would say like home remedies on it. And you'd open it, and it would be a handwritten home remedy, and you'd flip the page, and it would be 2 guys fucking. And then it'd be another home remedy, and then you'd flip the page, and it'd be 2 guys fucking. And he had one that was like recipes, and it was just recipe, 2 guys fucking. Recipe, 2 guys fucking.
Dude, that's crazy.
And every bit of porn that he had was like that. It was like in between things that he had made. And the child porn was iffy. It wasn't like... but it was just like young boys.
Did you try any of the recipes?
Nah, I didn't get any of the recipes. But then in a box, I found the gun.
I don't know, dude. I don't know if I would have taken that gun.
Just
I can go get it right now. I'll show them.
They come looking for that gun.
I'll show you
dude.
guys
I mean,
afterwards. It doesn't have a serial number on it. I took it to the police.
That gun's probably seen some things.
I took it to the police and I said, I found this gun. And no, I didn't take it to the police. I asked a police officer at the facility. I was like, hey, I found this gun. What would you do? And he was like, does it have a serial number on it? And I was like, no. And he was like, well, you can throw it away or you can keep it.
No way.
I've come to find out that guy was also a closeted gay guy who was impersonating a cop.
Yeah. We ran it. Like his family came a couple of months later and was like, hey, he died. Is his unit still here? And we were like, no.
We cleared it.
Yeah.
Which is probably for the best.
And we didn't say anything. I thought I was like, should you say something? Be like, hey, your dad, your grandpa, whatever, he was a freak.
He had freaky little baseball card notebooks
full of gay porn.
full of homemade collage porn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little rowdy.
Yeah.
And a nice casserole recipe.
Yeah.
We were talking about a 10 by 30.
You just present them with something you made from his recipe book.
Probably 700
Classic
different books.
casserole recipes.
Casserole.
Fucking get 'em.
And we'll that'll be it. Casserole.
That's it.
Casserole.
Casserole.
I mean, that can't be the title, obviously, but that'll do it.
That'll do it for casserole.
16!
Hey-o. Our podcast is a beautiful young girl that you just can't. You gotta take it easy.
It's a sweet 16.
You gotta wait 2 more episodes, guys.
Don't.
Depends
You gotta
on the
wait 2
state.
more episodes.
Yeah.
Well, take it easy.
It's just the